Welcome back to What If Insight TV, the place where we ask the questions that keep philosophers up at night and scientists reaching for more coffee. Today's question, it's a big one, the kind that makes you stare at the ceiling at 3 a.m. What if humans never died? What if we cracked the code biologically, technologically, and just stopped kicking the bucket? Before we dive in, quick favor. If you're into mind-bending ideas and deep dives into the weird corners of existence, hit that subscribe button. It takes 1 second, and it honestly helps us keep making content for curious minds like yours. And click the bell, that's just you being awesome. Now let's talk about forever. Let's start with something we can all wrap our heads around. Space. Physical space. Right now, there are about 8 billion humans on Earth. That's already stressing out the planet. Climate change, resource depletion, you know the drill. Now hit pause on death. Nobody dies anymore. But bobbies, they keep coming. Fast forward a few decades. We're at 15 billion. Then 20. Then 50. Then 100 billion people. Think about what that means. Fresh water, gone. Food, good luck. A patch of grass to sit on. That's a luxury condo now. Cities turn into endless concrete canyons. The last tree gets chopped down to build another high-rise. Animals, they don't stand a chance. The oceans, let's just say you don't want to know. This isn't just doom scrolling. The economist Thomas Malthus predicted this back in 1798. Population grows faster than our ability to produce food. He was called pessimistic, but in this scenario, he was optimistic. We might not die, but we'd be living in a world that feels like one long, crowded, suffocating rush hour. Okay, let's get inside your head. Imagine you're going to live for 200 years, then 1,000, then 1,000,000. What happens to your emotions? Your drive? Your ability to feel anything at all? Philosopher Bernard Williams had a chilling take. Eternal life would eventually become unbearably boring. Like soul-crushingly monotonous. Every experience repeats. Every relationship either fizzles out or ends in a painful goodbye. And without death, goodbyes are just choices. Love becomes routine. Excitement becomes background noise. You know that feeling when you're stuck in a video game that never ends. Or when your favorite song plays on repeat until you hate it. Multiply that by 1,000 years. The novelist Jose Saramago once said, "Death is the only wise advisor we have." Without that deadline, do we even know how to live? There's a reason every story about immortality. From the picture of Dorian Gray to Tuck Everlasting to Black Mirror. Ends with the same realization: forever might be too long. Now zoom out to society. If nobody dies, who's in charge? Your grandparents are still around. Their grandparents are still around. The people who made decisions in the 1900s. Still voting. Still leading. Still holding onto power. Societies could freeze into rigid hierarchies. The oldest, maybe wiser, but also more set in their ways, control everything. Young people, they're stuck in an endless line, waiting for opportunities that never open up. Think about innovation. Would we still get breakthroughs if the old guard never steps aside? History shows that new ideas often come from new generations. Without turnover, do we stagnate? And here's the uncomfortable question. If an anti-aging treatment existed, who gets it first? The wealthy, the connected, the powerful. This isn't sci-fi. It's already happening with life-extending technologies. The gap between the haves and have-nots wouldn't just grow. It would become a biological divide. Two species, the immortals and the mortals. Isaac Asimov explored this in his Foundation series. It's not pretty. Let's get real for a second. Is this even possible? We're not talking about immortality yet. We're talking about life extension. Scientists like David Sinclair at Harvard argue that aging is a disease. And diseases, we cure those. Companies like Calico, backed by Google, are pouring billions into understanding the biology of death. CRISPR gene editing, stem cells telomere lengthening. The tools are getting sharper. But even if we solve biological aging, there's still accidents, violence, random disasters. And there's the brain. Where do we store 10,000 years of memories? Does consciousness collapse under its own weight? Some researchers talk about uploading your mind to a computer. But then the question becomes, is that still you? Or just a really good copy? Physicist Sabine Hossenfelder points out that even if we cheat biology, we can't cheat physics. Entropy always wins. Stars burn out. The universe itself has an expiration date. Nothing is truly forever. So here's the thing. We don't have immortality, but we have something maybe more valuable. The awareness that our time is limited. Think about the best moments of your life. Why were they great? Because they were fleeting. Because they won't happen exactly that way again. That sunset, unique. That laugh with a friend, one of a kind. Steve Jobs put it this way: remembering that you'll die is the best way I know to avoid the trap of thinking you have something to lose. The practical takeaway: don't wait for forever. Read that book. Make that call. Take that trip. Forgive someone. Tell someone you love them. Life isn't measured in years. It's measured in moments that actually mean something. Before we wrap this up, if you're digging these deep dives, if you like having your perspective twisted in interesting ways, consider subscribing. It's literally one click, and it helps us keep asking the big questions. And hey, hit that bell. That's you making sure you don't miss the next one. Appreciate you. So back to our question. What if humans never died? We looked at the environment, a planet buckling under endless people. We looked at psychology, minds that might crack under eternal monotony. We looked at society, frozen power structures and impossible divides. We looked at science, the real limits of biology and physics. And here's the truth. Could we extend life dramatically? Probably. Centuries. Maybe. Through tech, genetics, regeneration. That's on the table. But true immortality, complete escape from death. Physics says no. The universe doesn't do forever. But maybe, just maybe, that's okay. Because death isn't the enemy. A life that was never truly lived. That's the real tragedy. Khalil Gibran wrote, "For life and death are one, even as the river and the sea are one. So live your finite life. Make it deep. Make it count. Because it's the only one you get." Thanks for hanging out with me today. If this video made you think, made you question, made you feel something, share it with someone who needs to see it. Stay curious. Stay thoughtful. And I'll see you in the next one. What If Insight TV, later.